what I think we should consider is that drugs aren't the problem here. The people are the problem.
Beautiful.
Alright, so I want to talk about what I wish I was told. I like saying that because it's something that people want to search for, right? What I've figured out after experiencing basically a year of being a pothead, smoking almost every day, a few times a day, being perpetually stoned in some way. This is what I wish I kind of knew, and I don't ever wish things, I don't ever regret things, but as a result of the experience, maybe this can help shine some light on what happens to people as they get high in some form. So we must know that drugs are an input on a foundation, and everybody's foundation is the core. So when you experience a drug, the drug is going to amplify the core. And if you have problems within your core, the drug experience is going to exploit it and really push you to that problem, so to speak. And so my problem when I was getting perpetually stoned, for the first few months this didn't happen because I had a more spiritual connection with weed instead of a recreational connection with weed. And so I didn't do this, and what I'm talking about is basically munching out, perpetually eating unhealthy food, because when I was high, things are so joyous that you're not necessarily I'm not necessarily reading the experience as it really is. So when I get high, I could eat until my stomach was so full that the pressure itself would hurt. And then that's when I was like, oh fuck, I gotta stop. But at the same time, I was still hungry and I could still eat more. I still wanted to eat more. The stimulation, you know, we're hungry for that stimulation, right? And that's my own problem. It's not the weed's problem. You know, it's a lack of self-control, and I'm like that. You know, I tend to indulge in things. I tend to follow the pleasures in life when it's there. And when you're high and you experience pleasure in a more elevated state, you want to keep going towards it, because why not? It feels freaking good, right? It tastes good. It's stimulating. And so what I wish I had known, yeah, right. But what I think we should consider is that drugs aren't the problem here. The people are the problem. And, yeah, I guess. I don't know where I'm going with that. That's all I'm kind of saying is, I wasn't paying attention during that year. I was not aware, because here's the thing about regret, you guys. It doesn't make sense. Regret does not make sense. You would not be able to regret something had it not happened, and regret is based on a more full view of life, so then you don't do it, right? You're like, oh wow, I regret doing that. I wouldn't have done that had I been myself now in the past. But you can't be yourself now in the past. So regret just doesn't make sense at all. You have to experience things that are negative to know that they're negative, right? You have to experience it. That's how they get released. Negative experience gets released by accepting it, and within that very moment, it is literally like a snap of the finger. Oh, it's lifted away from me. I feel good now, because you accepted the actuality of the thing. You're not avoiding it within yourself, and you let it go, and you move on, right? You're not reliving the cycle over and over in your head and manifesting it more and more within your life, but instead you're moving on and allowing yourself to grow. So consider that. Regret, there's a lack of acceptance. A lack of acceptance is the root of so many people's problems. And possibly probably most, you know, lack of acceptance. Because we are in this place right now. And what are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that? Are you going to say, I'm going to limit myself by not accepting this thing. I'm going to not move past it. I'm going to keep experiencing this negative experience. Really? You know, acceptance is not ignorance. Acceptance is seeing the negativity and realizing that it's not your place, that you don't want to be that place. And so you change yourself to light, you change yourself to the positivity, and then you spread your light, you spread your passion, you spread your love. And that's what acceptance is. That's what love is, acceptance, right? Love is acceptance. So just be considerate when you're taking drugs, because your problems will possibly get amplified. Yourself is going to get amplified. So anything that's imbalanced or indulgent or anything like that, you might be perpetually in a state of seeming probability or problematic nature. I don't know how to explain that. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate so much that I can express this and people are coming about who really enjoy my words, and it's just beautiful. It's just bringing together a beautiful family, so thank you, and hope you guys have a beautiful